I use this paint stick to both kind of wad this stuff out. You can see it's like a putty. Doesn't really even have to be mixed here. It has to be mixed more when you put that hardener in it. But you just take out about as much as what you think you're going to want to use. And I always be careful, kind of do the, spaghetti thing, kind of twirl it to stop it from turning. Listen to a little Cyndi Lauper, as you're doing this. The girls, they just want to have fun. Shoot. Who doesn't want to have fun? When the working day is done, Gare wants to work on cars. And the girls, they just want to have fun. And so you mix this, I don't know, the instructions are on there, but it's just a little bit of this to that, and my experience is about that much of that. And basically you want this to turn, you'll see it turn color, turn pink. And then you want to just mix it up until it's good and mixed. And then this will harden over time, and it's not forever. I mean,
Can you tip it towards the
it could be 10 minutes, like it gives you about 10 minutes or so before it starts to, maybe 15 minutes. It's like an epoxy. This is the red stuff I put in there is the hardener. And so again, you just want to mix that up real good. And you don't have to freak out, hurry, rush, start the fire truck. It's, you got more time than that. But you don't, it's not like something you can start and then just, go have a hot dog and come back and finish it. You gotta, once you start mixing it up, then you gotta apply it because it'll firm up. So there, I think I'm getting it pretty good and mixed up. I'm gonna set this off to the side.
You just hand it to me, I'll take it.
Set it off on the vise over there?
Yeah.
Okay, then I'm gonna take my little spreader tool. Now, I don't want to get in the way. I'm going to have to be over here, son, so I don't know if... But anyway.
Well, just do what you got to do.
I'm going to do what I got to do. Basically, I just put some on there like that. And then I spread it with the spreading tool.
So what are you doing, camera?
So there you can see I laid down a nice...
Yeah, they can see what happened afterward, but I'm going to have to move the camera.
You know what I mean.
Here.
So you just do that. It's a little bit of a touch you get to it, Lighting's important, and I don't think I have the lighting real good, but that's not bad. That's looking pretty good. Okay, I'm liking that. So there's always a danger you can overdo it. You can overwork it. You're not really, I don't find that I can ever really get it perfect with the spreader. But that's a lot smoother than it was. So I'm going to call it good. I'm going to throw this away. That's what I like about this. It's disposable this way. This, then I set on top of that, and this is going to cure. And once it does, because this is flexible, that's how you clean this. You let it harden. You let this harden. And then you just pick this up and you just bend it back and forth, and that all cracks off. Okay. I'll show you that later, but I'm just gonna set this down in the trash, and I'm gonna let it harden right there. And then, see, I wore the gloves, that's good. I would have got a little bit on this hand, and it's kind of hard to clean off, so keep my gloves fresh. I'm just gonna wipe that off right now, and then I can keep using these.
Yeah, it looks quite a bit better. I don't know how well it's showing up on the camera though. Just because it's almost like a pink blob.
Get up closer or no?
Well, I'm zoomed in,
Uh-oh.
and even, I mean, you know, up close it doesn't look a ton better. Although maybe it's just my preview screen. Yeah, you can kind of see it. But yeah, as you can see, there's a little bit of just tiny bits of these like little raised waves, but you'll sand those off later.
Right, yeah. But it's a lot fuller than it was before. A lot smoother than it was before. Now another kind of tip about this is that if you wait till just the right time, this will actually sand off real easy. Where when it gets hard, when it's completely cured, it's hard. Like when I came out, I had put that on a few days ago, and so it sanded hard. But I'll try to show you if we get this at just the right time. If you try to hit it too early with sandpaper, it'll glob up on the paper. It'll just plug the paper up. And then you know it's too soon. But there's a point where it's firm enough that you can sand it and it'll just come off like snow. It'll come off real good, real easy. And the initial sanding, that works real nice. So I'm going to use this time I'm going to change this paper. And then that way when that gets a little bit more cured, then I'll hit that, try to see if I can hit that sweet spot. And I'll use this piece of scrap sandpaper to kind of test it. So if it is too early, I won't gum up my new paper. Gonna sneeze.
Bless you.
Thank you. Sure love this car, don't you, son? Or yeah, it's pretty cool. Wait till we get it done. She's gonna be a beauty. What do I like most about this car? Probably the fact that it's got the original motor. I mean, everything's original on it. 52 years old. The thing's almost as old as I am. Hard to believe. And I like the fact that the inside is so huge. I mean, it's a true, 6-passenger car. You can put 6 people in it and not be bumping elbows. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This thing's as wide as can be. This thing is just huge.
Is that harder to do with gloves?
Yeah. It's a throwback in time to drive this thing, I'll tell you. I was, when we got it and I was test driving it, oh my God. I mean, it brought back memories, let me tell you. I mean, I was a kid when I was in a car this big, like this, right? I mean, but I remember it. And then my one friend, one of the first cars he got, his dad got to drive, which he was the oldest, so then he would drive us all around, was a Buick Wildcat. And I think that was a 67. So that would have been like a car model, a little less expensive than the Riviera, but similar. And I believe it had the similar motor. And that thing was another beast. I mean, for a huge car, things will really get up and go. Just surprisingly fast. So the torque to weight ratio is pretty impressive. Alright, so I got my sandpaper changed. I'm ready to go. Gonna have to let this cure a little bit more, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I can tell just by touching it. If you touch it and it comes up on your glove, it's still too tacky. Yeah. And then the primer will show where there's problems yet. But then we'll get that spot putty, it's called, and we'll put that on there. Fill those itsy bitsy little spots.